everyone, I'm John. Welcome to Humble Shooting and Self-Defense. Because this is a shooting channel, we gotta know how to make our guns work and protect that investment. So today we're talking about my big cleaning kit, what you really need and can't do without, and then some things that help us as well that don't quite fit in the kit. Let me first say you don't have to spend a lot of money on cleaning gear. You can probably get by with some CLP, some Q-tips, something to hold a patch and a brush, a cleaning brush. It could even be an old toothbrush, and either some rags or cut up t-shirt, and that'll probably get most of your cleaning needs done. There are, of course, times to go beyond that because I want to protect my investments. The guns I shoot, Glocks, ARs, pump action shotguns, they don't need that much cleaning. And I'll admit, I don't clean as often as I probably should. I usually wait till I see an issue or I'm teaching a class where I have to show somebody how to clean. And for that time, I want the good kit and I want all the stuff that I can to help me with that task. But once a year, usually the first week of January, I take every gun I own, I clean the insides and outside, and then I put preservatives on everything. My big fear is rust, and I want to protect my investments because good guns aren't cheap and cheap guns are rarely good. So for things that are part of the big kit that don't fit inside, I have the Tipton Gun Butler. This helps me hold my long guns in place, and it gives me a place to store my aerosol cleaners. I've got some Rem oil. I don't use this on the action and internal parts of a lot of guns, but it is a great preservative for the outside of guns. I've got several spray cleaners here, and then everyone's favorite aftershave, Hoppy's number 9. Please don't put it on, but somebody will appreciate that that does have a very unique smell. And I keep some long dedicated shotgun cleaning rods and rifle rods. And for my precision rifles, I usually use a carbon fiber rod just so I don't scratch the inside. None of that fits in here, but now let's talk about here. Let's talk about the big kit itself. So I used a Husky brand divided toolbox. It's got a big old handle, makes it easy to carry things around. Double latch to hold everything together. A lid for what is on the top compartment, but it is 2-layered. The top layer is a little more shallow. The bottom layer is a lot deeper. The main thing I like about the top and bottom is everything is separated in bins. This does a couple things for me. One, it makes organization really easy and allows me to see what I need to replace or replenish based on what I've used and find stuff when I need. The other thing is I don't keep everything in plastic bags. So things have leaked before in other boxes and bags, and if a leak happens, if things aren't separated, it can be really bad. This keeps those leaks and spills contained and safe. Let's show you what's in the top section. Now that we've got it open, let me show you what I have inside. In the top left, I have both patch holders and brushes for shotguns, and down here on the bottom left are my mops for shotguns. Over here I have 3 kinds of wipe. One, just because I'm born lucky, sometimes working the bristles, some of those little bits of particles get on my glasses and I need to clean those. Also, I can use these for working on optics as well. I keep some Slip 2000 gun wipes. These are probably my favorite rust preventative and gun preservative. Again, I'm protecting investments. And then lastly in this area, I've got some Lead Be Gone. These are lead remover wipes. I don't want to get lead poisoning. It does build over time. Please don't take that lightly, folks. And if I can't get to soap and water, that'll buy me some time. Along the top, I have Q-tips and 3 different sizes of cleaning patches. Over here on the right, I've got a handful of tools. A lighter, just in case I need to fix the end of a fiber optic front sight. I've got a Glock front sight tool, 1911 bushing wrench, a lens pen for optics, an Otis bone tool just in case I really aggressively need to clean a bolt and bolt carrier on an AR. Then I've got some star keys and Allen keys. Down here I have just a collection of bore brushes. Here I have some 4/0 steel wool. This is all different slotted patch holders and jags. And then over here some Loctite. On that note with Loctite, I also have a paint pen. What I prefer to do when I'm working on an optic is I'll install the optic and put a line between the optic and the screw that I just put in. And if over time I see it starting to shift, I'll put Loctite on it when I torque it down again to make sure that movement doesn't happen. I keep some canned air, and this is just in case dust or sand happen to be what I'm primarily cleaning out of a gun. I have 3 handgun cleaning rods. Why 3? Well, I have here a rounded jag, a slotted jag for holding patches, and a brush. And it's faster for me to set these all up. This happens to be in 9mm, and pick up a different rod depending on what I want to do, rather than move the 3 accessory ends all from the same rod. It just slows me down that way. So having 3 speeds up the process. And so I'll clean everything in one caliber, then I'll reset it up with 3 new pieces for a different caliber, and that just makes it a little more time efficient. At the top, I also have a magazine base plate removal tool for a Glock, because magazines are a failure point too, and they require their own attention. I have 2 different handles for a multi-piece sectional rod, just in case wherever I'm cleaning I don't have that nice single piece carbon fiber rod that I showed you at the beginning of the video. And then I have a bench block by Wheeler. That's just so I have a place to drive out pins without marring the gun or the surface I'm working on. Now let me show you what I have in the bottom section. So here's the bottom section. First, I keep a ye olde notebook and pen. Sometimes I need to write information for somebody. Sometimes I just need to make a list of the things I used and need to replace. You never know. So I keep a pen and pad. This bin is primarily brushes. I've got some of the dental style cleaning picks. I've got plastic and metal. I've got the double-ended action brushes in steel, bronze, and plastic, and some of the cleaning rods that came with the Glocks I've purchased over the years. Over here is where I keep most of my solvents and cleaning gear. If you've only got one, make it a CLP. This one's by Break Free, a very good classic. I've just got some Hoppy's number 9 gun oil. Probably my favorite gun oil is the Slip 2000. This Slip 2000 is their EWL 30. It's just a heavier duty lube. And then something I didn't know I needed till I had it. This is Precision oil. It applies like a fine paint pen for when I want to put lube in one spot only without making a mess, and allows me to do that very precisely, as it's in the name. So definitely a cool thing. Elsewhere here, I have, this is just a bunch of like the samples I've gotten for things over the year. There's some Breakthrough, there's some Slip 2000, I've got some cleanse oil in here, just a whole bunch of little things that I either want to use. And I store it here so that I can make a travel kit, maybe something to throw in a range bag or something like that. Or sometimes I'm cleaning guns with someone else and they say, hey, what is that? And I'll just give them one of those. Most of these were given to me. I have some shotgun patches of different size down here. I have one pull-through cable. I know people like bore snakes a lot. I like being able to run a patch through and see it go in clean and come out dirty and get progressively lighter as I run them through patch after patch. And that lets me know that I've done a thorough job of cleaning a barrel when I do clean barrels. This I do keep in a plastic bag. This is some Birchwood KC bore scrubber in 2-in-1 for copper and nitro fouling. So on my precision rifles mainly, I use that to clean the bore. I've got just another old rag or bandana there. And then a very important cleaning agent, garlic. If you've never used garlic to clean your gun, actually guys, I'm messing with you. What it is, it's just a jar. And when I'm gonna clean a lot, I'll just take a stack of patches, put them in, and then I'll pour, and I can tell you from the smell, this is Hoppy's number 9 in on it. And it's easier to pull out one fully coated patch at a time and run it through rather than try and dip a patch down in some solvent, shake it off, then run it through the action while it's still dripping and make a mess. So that's just something I do. Maybe that'll help you. On the bottom section here, got a few things as well. In this cartridge box, it's I believe a 30 cal cartridge box. That's where I keep various cleaning brushes for different bores, and this just keeps them from getting crushed or gunky. I've got a rounded patch pushing jag set. This goes from 17 to 45 cal. Some things have really small bits, so I use a small screwdriver set to deal with those screws. Always need some extra rags and cut up t-shirt. I've got some tools like a little flashlight. I've got a multi-tool here. This was a Cabela's freebie that has some pliers and some different screwdrivers in it. This is a bore guide. Basically, I'll put this in my bolt action rifle, lock it down, and then I can put my patch to right here, put the solvent or oil in, and then it'll run all the way through, and it keeps anything from scratching the chamber or the action area. I've got a few rags in here just for more cleaning. This is by the fine folks at Lubriplate. They gave me this rag when I saw them at SHOT Show this year. The main thing I use this for is to make sure I'm working on a surface area that I can keep clean. This is a nice countertop, and I definitely don't want the owner of it seeing me making a mess if I were to make a mess in here cleaning. So this just gives me that ability to have a clean working surface, but I can wipe things with it if I need to. I keep a bunch of the different ended long cotton tipped applicators for those hard to reach areas. I don't use as many of these as I thought I would. The little Q-tips do the job most of the time, but I have them and I'll use them in time. Sometimes I just need to get a hold on something, a set of needle nose pliers. And then lastly in here, I've got an AR takedown tool, just in case as I'm cleaning an AR, if it's gotten muddy under hand guards or something like that, it just gives me a way to clean that area. Thanks for hanging out with us for this video on humble shooting and self-defense. This is what I use to keep my guns clean, mainly at home. If you're interested in a more portable cleaning kit to take to the range, I just filmed the video on my range bag, and in that is a more portable, compact cleaning kit. If you're interested in that, check that video out. That's going to be here on the same channel. Until I see you all next time, I'm John. Stay humble.